Hi guys, it's Blackie for Shaman's Forge Woodscraft. And today I'm going to give you an update on my Haversack. I did an update last fall when I loaded it up for the winter with the poncho liner and the lid, and now I've made the conversion to spring and summer. So let me lay it out on the tailgate and I'll show you what it is. Okay, I carry the Campcraft Woodsman, which is waterproof canvas. I really love this Haversack. It does everything that I need, and it's got the really big flap that allows me to put stuff in it for carrying. Now unhook the two double D buckles down here, flip it open, and in the flap, during the winter I carry in here my poncho liner, but right now I'm carrying something else. Now closing it, I'm using a multi-purpose tool that is commonly called a blanket pin. Rotate it around, slide it out. Now what that's got is it's got a very sharp awl for a centerpiece. It also has this iron forged ring. Now this ring can be used as a flint striker, you know, flint and steel type deal. It can also be used as an awl by choking it up in the hand like that, and I can use it for sewing, for poking holes in leather and etc. These two loops down here in the bottom allow me to take a piece of my gear and tie it up and go through those loops and tie this to gear and have an iron ring on top. This allows me to pass a rope through here or something, so I can like slide my gear across a river or something like that without having to drag it through the water. We'll get to that another time. Inside the flap, I have my U.S. Army poncho. This is my rain gear. This is my emergency shelter right there. In the bottom, I carry a Ridgeline, and how do we know that's a Ridgeline? Because of the way it's made up. Two different colors. It's not a hank of cord, that's a Ridgeline. And also I carry in here all the stock cordage already made up to fly this like a tarp. So I've got 4 10-foot lines for running off all 4 corners so I can make it an awning. Then across the bottom I carry 4 titanium tent stakes. All of this fits here in the flap. And that's my emergency shelter set and my emergency rain gear right there. It just lays flat, just like that. I'm going to take that blanket pin and I go back through the holes I've already made. Up for the space of time. I'm just going to stick it back on there for right now. Like that, and lock it around. Okay. Now, on the outside body of the pack, I carry my fire kit. This is the Stitch Gear Outfitters waterproof leather fire kit that I've covered in earlier videos. Also in the bag, I have my container of storm matches, Yukos. I carry a hunk of fat lighter with a ferrocerium rod and a striker. I also carry a tin of shavings of fat lighter right there, so I've got a tinder source no matter what. I also got a bunch of natural tinder in here that I've gathered over time. And then finally across the very bottom I carry 2 additional sticks of fat lighter. As you can tell, I like fat lighter. Lighter works no matter what, so it's guaranteed it's going to get me a fire going. I have multiple sources of ignition in here. I have lighters, I have ferrocerium rod, I have matches. 3 different types of ignition, and actually I also have a burning lens in here. So I'm set. Now in the main body, I carry just a few items. I have a first aid kit, self-aid kit, also got bug repellent and a few other personal medications I carry in there. I have this pouch that carries my mesh hammock that I've showed in several videos. This is just simply a mesh hammock with the cords and the carabiners to sling it up right quick. This allows me to have a get me off the ground chair and also a get me off the ground place to sleep. Now with this combined with the poncho for an awning, I have a camp that I can set up fairly quickly. I have a couple of all canvas do-rags. One is bright orange to be used as a signaling device, and the other one is the dirty one for use for all the other type deals. I have a pair of 550 paracord donuts that I put together to have plenty of cordage. I have my Baco Laplander wood saw. And finally in here, and that's it, I have this pouch. Now inside this pouch, this keeps everything organized so I can grab it quickly. And what is in here is the collection of everything else. It's got a divider down the middle of it, so it's 2 in 1. Okay? Now, on the right hand side, or this side over here left to you, I carry a bunch of cordage, a bunch of bushcraft zip ties. Those are just pieces of 550 paracord already hanked up and turned into Canadian jam knot, so I can pull this out and very quickly have a multi-use item that I can tie things up with. I also have my VU spoon that was given to me as a friend at one of the rendezvous, and I have my additional cutting blade in the bag, which is right now an Open L carbon number 8 that I've sharpened up to razor sharp. It does detail work, small work, stuff like that, and it rides in the sheets in this pouch. I also have this that I got from the Woods Runner School, and what it is, it's a bar that is 4 90-degree edges on it. Now this is perfect for shaving fat lighter, for planing down wood, for lots of different things. I have 4 90-degree edges. So if I'm doing something big and I don't want to use the edge on the back of my knife, this is it. It rides in here. I have supplied duct tape. I have my Wazoo sharpening stone in here. I normally wear this around my neck when I'm doing stuff actively in the field. I have another small first aid kit that is nothing but band-aids. I have a good supply of safety pins, like we've talked. They're multi-use. I have a sharpening steel in here. This one you pull out and it is round and tapered on one end and got a flat and a round on the back. You simply slide it in there and tighten it up. Now I've got something I can keep the edges of my knives, axes and stuff up, and I can hone with this. I have a compass in here. Something simple, just get me some basic direction, get me out of here. I have an additional supply of duct tape. Now what this is where I've wrapped it around a piece of tube and then put it onto this so I can stick my fingertip in one end and my thumb in the other. If my fingers weren't too fat today, there we go. Just like that. And I can hold it and I can pull it and it'll roll off like a roll. I have, since my very first days, my key ring. This is my backup. I have a lighter. I have another sharpening steel with 90-degree edge. I have a backup compass. I have a signaling whistle. I have a P38 can opener. And I have a backup ferrocerium rod. And I have identification, an old dog tag of mine, that allows me to be identified if all they find is a body. I have additional bug spray. And I have a candling device flashlight with additional batteries. That's it. That's what I'm carrying. Now, yeah, there's a lot of other things that ain't in here. I know that. But there's a huge amount of room left in this bag. I mean, the big main bag. And so I can add or subtract depending on what I'm doing for the occasion. So I'm going to be doing a whole lot of craft work, and I need a bunch of paracord. I've got big room in that bag to add it. I'm going to be doing stuff. I need bank line. I've got it. And etc. All of it rides quite easily in this pack. Plenty, I mean plenty of room to spare. Stand the Baco up on one side, put those down, put that in, stick that in, and that bag is not even half full. Plenty of room for me to add stuff. Just like that. Come over, go through the double loops, separate them, go back through the single loop, pull. That's all you got to do, and that cinches that up and holds it securely. Easily replaced later should this cord ever break or wear out. It's set up. Just like that. We're ready to go. With this simple bag as my haversack, I'm carrying a whole lot of resources with me with not a lot of weight. I have a shelter. I have a hammock. That's a chair. That's also a bed if I need it. I can use the poncho as rain gear. I can also, in extreme conditions, wrap up with it if I need warm, running a fever or something. I can use it to make a raft, poncho raft to float across water. There's tons of uses for that. My little ditty kit that's got all the little pieces that is in one pouch that I can pull out, unzip, and dig to, so I ain't got to dig to the bottom of the pack, try and find where did I leave that at. That's the system that I've used that seems to work the best. Now, of course, included with this is going to be a canteen and canteen cup on the belt, and probably a kukri and some other knife, as well as some other piece of gear. But this is the grab bag. It has the stuff I need, usually the small stuff, that makes life so much easier. Hope this gives you an idea, guys. Please leave any questions or comments below. And until next time, I'm Blackie for Shaman's Forge Woodscraft. Wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.